commodity crush, GameStop at it again. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Update for Thursday, February the 25th. And this update is brought to you by our friends at Family Farms, great partners with the same goals as we have. Put the farmers in the best shape to make the most money and the least amount of risk. What more can you ask for? And they're a great partner. I can't wait to get out on the road with them a little bit, and I can't wait for their event next week. It's going to be very exciting. So it's Family Farms, and of course, make sure you check them out. And of course, don't forget that markets have opportunities to go up and down. They don't go in one direction typically, and there are different phases as the markets move. And right now, for example, the grain markets were much higher earlier, and are getting crushed at the moment. No, crushed is a big word. Corn is down 10, beans are down 20, and wheat's down about 10. But they were up higher, so it feels like they're getting crushed. We're still long, and again, that is the kind of action you can expect going forward in markets. They don't go straight up or straight down, and we're still in a very bullish pattern. This is probably another great buying opportunity, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a rally from here. But there could be some continuation. We'll see. But in the meantime, look at where we are price-wise, and that's what you really care about. And we're at high prices we haven't seen for a long time, and it looks like we're going higher. But for now, today and right now, they are lower and they're under pressure. The meats, cattle's a little bit slightly lower. Feeder cattle slightly lower. Hogs are flat to slightly higher. In the meantime, we are long the entire complex. And, it's obviously commodity selling day, because if you look at the softs, they're under pressure as well. Cotton, lower, and we're long cotton and it's lower. OJ, we're short and it's lower. Coffee, we're long and it's a little bit higher. Sugar, we're long and it's lower. And cocoa, we're short and it's a little bit higher. But again, you can see there's a little pressure all over. But that does not necessarily change the trend. One day does not normally change a trend, which is what makes our algorithm so valuable. In the meantime, in the indexes, they are performing the same as they do every day. They look like they're going to zero, and then suddenly they find a reason to rally, and they turn around. The NASDAQ was down over 200. Now it's down around 100, and everything else is somewhere near the unchanged level on the low side. But let's say the Dow's probably down 50, S&P is down 10. And the Russell's down about 40 ticks. But again, that could change. They can be plus or minus hundreds from where we are by the time you see this. But it looks like a real mixed kind of crazy day with maybe the same result as we've seen. But we are seeing some things in today's. Now, we know there's going to be one day the buyers are not going to step back in and be able to buy. One day the buyers are going to turn into sellers and they're going to really crack it. Because we know that and this is not a trend change. This is just, we know there's going to be a big profit taking come at one point or another. It could be today. There are some indications that although it looks the same, there are some differences. And what I would watch if I were you, watch the VIX, okay, and understand that if the market's going down and the VIX is going down, the market's probably just about done going down. The market's trying to rally, but the VIX is still rallying. Figure this is going to be the one that's going to fail. Just a little tip to watch. Doesn't guarantee, but it's a general idea in markets, okay? And of course, the metals are going exactly according to plan, and that is we're short gold and it's getting hammered down about $20. Going to hit that 1750 level. Silver's a little bit higher, and we're still long, and platinum was higher, so it's still a shade lower now, but we're still long, but it's only up near 7-year highs, so not bad. And of course, the bonds and notes continue to get crushed, and the banks continue to throw a party, which is why they're rallying so hard, because, of course, their rates, the lending rate's going up, but their borrowing rate stays at zero because of our wonderful Federal Reserve and, letting them create more debt and more debt. So it's going to be a mess at some point, but we don't know what that point is. We have to wait and let the markets tell us. The bubble will grow until it doesn't anymore. In the meantime, crude oil's a little bit higher. And of course, the OPEC's got us by the you-know-whats. The dollar's under pressure, which is an indicator that there might not be as much fear as we think. Because again, one thing you want to remember, the major fear assets are bonds and dollars. Okay. And But we are short the dollars, obviously, and copper. I think it just turned lower, believe it or not, but it was higher most of the day, and it may end up there. I mean, it's been unbelievable. It looks like it's going to go make an all-time new high, which is 465, which is just around the corner now. So we'll see, and we're continuing to be long copper. Nat gas is a little bit higher, and we're long. So, as we look, across the board, it's an interesting dynamics of markets, and you need to be patient. You need to be careful. Don't use an opinion. Don't get the news in your way. Let the price action of the market dictate to you what your next move is going to be, and make sure you know your exits. In the meantime, don't forget about our brokerage partners. Now, we do have other brokers, but our brokerage partners, our main partners for futures and commodities, the CTG Group. And as I tell you all the time, there's nothing like them. Their customer service is spectacular. They answer the phone at all times. Number one. Number two, okay, they do all my accounts, and they're the only ones authorized to do letter of direction. So they trade for me my own signals. I send them, and they execute the trades. So again, they do everything perfect, and they've also got some great new managed futures products you might want to check out. If you want any information, just email me at bub@bubbatrading.com. You can look them up directly at the CTG Group. And of course, for equities and options, there is nobody like Tradier. I mean, we've got their APIs. We have now automated our entire algorithm system with equities and options. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to automate. If you don't want to be automated, if you don't want to be a trader, you don't need those things. But at the end of the day, if you like Tradier and you want to be there and you want to save a lot of money in commission and you want your portfolio traded for you, you have that option. There's no fee. It's free. It's part of the membership that you get. Okay. And you get our algorithm. So in the meantime, Tradier is $10 a month. I tell you, I can't tell you how much money that saves me. It's like getting a new free house every year. Okay. And of course, our commodity pro with Andy Hecht, he does a phenomenal job. And not only is he one of the top writers for Seeking Alpha, he is now writing for Bar Chart as well. And his commodities portfolios are on fire. I mean, he's a pro trader for 40 years from the retail side and travel worldwide. And a week from Saturday, March 6th, we're going to have a webinar at noon because we're making some great changes that I think many of you are going to love. So make sure you mark that date out. And of course, don't forget about our high school program at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And in the meantime, just be very careful. Patience and discipline always win. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow with another Bubba's Daily Update.